Hey people, Shaman here for Shamanic Lodge. I don't even know how to start. Thought or tried to think of so many ways to start this video, and I'm just kind of tongue tied in a way. My thoughts are kind of mixed up. But, a lot of you know that I finished my apprenticeship in 1978. And since then, I've been living the shamanic life. I mean, daily. I've traveled the world and I've done some great things. I mean, not just my own words, but by what other people have said about me or told me face to face. And I've really been proud of my accomplishments. I've always tried to take the hard cases. I was always open to the cases and situations that other people just didn't want to handle, and I always had good results. I've always been proud of that, and that's not to be arrogant or anything. It's just that I have to say a lot of the reasons, and maybe even the most important one, is why my successes is I never thought that I had it all figured out. If I could trust anything, I could trust me, and that I would do something. I'd find a way, because that was my priority, to find a way to make this situation or these circumstances better for the community, for the person I'm working with. And I was willing to do whatever it took to make those uh, positive changes possible. And I was just not a concern. And some of these things were risky. Some of these things were risky to my own life and health and well being. But they all turned out well. But now here I am at this point in my shamanic life, my shamanic career, where I'm faced with something that I'm. It's a challenge. That's what it really is. I never really took much into that word. Oh, it's a challenge because they overuse it. But what I've been dealing with in the last year in particular has, yeah, I've learned a lot. I've taken this time to really look back on what I thought I knew. And when I say what I thought I knew, because of years of successes, years of getting over obstacles, years of practice and application and teaching people and watching the people that I taught use the techniques that I developed into successes that they're having. But then here, at this point, towards the end of my, life, I mean, I just turned 64. I'm on a downhill slide, and even though I feel great, but it's obvious time's running out. But here at this point, I'm like, is this how I close my shamanic career, dealing with these things? Is this how um, there's a new phase, to that takes me through the rest of my life? I'm not really sure, but time will tell, right? But so when people call me up these days or write me and talking about the issues, but especially the health issues that you're dealing with, I go through my same search process in my conversations with them, but I've always lately just felt something different, and I just took it as well. It's me, and I'm going through changes, so of course my perceptions are going to change a little bit, but that really hasn't been the case. And I always say, that putting things outside of self is kind of like excuses and blame and things, and I'm not going to do that. But then I have to look at myself while I'm going, well, have I changed that much? My perceptions are different? Is this really something outside of myself? And still looking at that one. So let me get to the point, right? The people I've been working with, you know, um, to make it short, and so I don't get banned and kicked off YouTube like I have some other platforms, have participated in an experiment that was very questionable, but um, I can't even say any more than that. But you guys know what I'm talking about, right? You know, um, and they went and got this, and they got it again sometimes, and they even got that same helpful application. I won't use what the media is calling it, but and of course they end up with this like turbocharged cancer, turbocharged ailments, or accelerated, and these things have just been, I mean, off the charts. And then I looked at it, and today I made that realization that maybe I have to contribute the difference between now and how I'd work with people in the past. In the past, up until this year, and actually a little bit on 2020 as well, from 2020 up to now, I had always been working with people in natural environment. And when I say that, I just don't mean out in the forest or at the beach or at whatever outside. Natural. In other words, being non-man made, made by nature. So even cancers, you could say cancer is organic. It's a process of things that happen in the body. But the things that I'm working with now are not, or at least what's contributing to the acceleration of the ailment or the problem that these people contacted me about are being accelerated by a non-natural phenomenon uh, that apparently stems from a procedure that we've never dealt with before. Well, I can't really say that. We've had, you know, back in the old days, you know, we got vaccinated for things and they worked, you know. So, but the things that have been happening these days are nothing like what was done in the past, and the effects from them and the censorship around that and so on. But going back to the people, it's just been amazing to see how fast these things have progressed, how a lot of the efforts that I and other people who were my apprentices, shamans that I've trained, people that I trust in shamanism, other practitioners we're all looking at like, why didn't this work this time? Why? And we all have the same thing in common with the people that we're working with. They all participated in that experiment. And it was an experiment, you know. Anytime a product doesn't have, cancel a phone call here, hold on, a content list in its box like it usually does, it's an experiment. Anytime something's not been approved of or allowed to be used under emergencies, it's an experiment. So the point I want to make to everybody is that we need a little bit more time to figure this out. And yeah, I know time's not working with you, but the information that you give us may help the people that we help after you. So um, I know in times where days, in situations where days matter, and you're watching your life just kind of whiz by, when the people you trusted for medical advice don't have anything more to give you, and they, oh, we don't understand. Well, I can understand that point of it, even though they have much more technical knowledge than I do. You'd think they'd have some kind of clue, or maybe they just don't want to say it. Actually, I'll go with that one. But the one thing that you have to do, and this is for the people that I haven't talked to yet, or you haven't approached somebody like me because the people in the white coats told you there's no hope. That's usually when you guys come to us. We often wish you come to us sooner. But I know that's not the social programming. We understand that. But when you do come to see us, whether it's me or somebody else, please make one of the first things that you say is if whether or not you participated in that, when, your symptoms afterwards, everything. We need to know all that because we are working in a completely new frontier and we need all of your help to make the best of this situation. You can write me at shamaniclodge@gmail.com. I'm also doing videos on Instagram. I do private message with people, video calls through Instagram, Shaman Hawk. Okay, so look, We're going to find out more about this stuff. Or, I mean, things are getting exposed every week. We really want to make the best of this, but you have to help us help you. And being completely open and honest about your situation is the first and foremost best way to get us all, you, me, everybody else, started in the best direction possible. Thank you.